Yo, what's going on, everybody? You are watching Vikings Now by Chat Sports. My name is Patrick Siepman, and today's show is presented by Prize Picks. We're coming up on today's show. We're going to get you guys everything you need to know about the Vikings and Kevin O'Connell naming Kyler Murray QB1. KOC spoke to the media right after he made this decision. He already told the locker room, and the Vikings are currently practicing right now with Kyler Murray being the QB1 as we're filming this video. But we'll talk about it. We'll talk about J.J. McCarthy's future, a jam-packed show, and it's also going to be a jam-packed the next 3 weeks here on the channel. There's a chance McCarthy gets traded. We obviously got the preseason. We got cut down day. There is no better time to hit that subscribe button than right now. Anytime we got breaking news, I don't care what I'm doing. I was making videos in the bathroom recently just because I need a spot to film. So if you guys want to help us out, help us grow this channel, go down there, hit that subscribe button today. Going to be a crazy next couple of weeks. All right, let's start off here. A bunch of quotes and a bunch of tweets that we'll dive into. But Alec Lewis saying Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell said the team had pegged this time as the decision point to announce a starter. O'Connell said J.J. McCarthy is currently the backup. The Vikings also have Carson Wentz on the roster. So a lot of people were shocked by the timing of this announcement. I don't think a lot of people were shocked of the announcement. I just think it was a timing thing that shocked a lot of people, considering Kyler Murray coming off a couple of down practices this weekend. A lot of people were, questioning why did they decide to make this announcement now. Well, it sounds like KOC had today as the day he wanted to announce the starter. And it does make sense from O'Connell's side of things. Like, you're heading into the first preseason game. You got a full week of practice out ahead of you. Might as well name the starting quarterback now, have them continue to get these QB1 reps. And also, if you guys tie it back to Sam Darnold in 2024, when he was announced QB1, different circumstance. It was mainly because J.J. McCarthy tore that meniscus. But Darnold was struggling throughout training camp. Got the QB1 nod on August 14th. And once he got that QB1 nod, it completely changed the way he was playing. You start to get more reps. You start to get more comfortable with what the Vikings are trying to do and Kevin O'Connell's offense. And I'm sure KOC is hoping the same thing will happen with Kyler Murray. But let's talk about J.J. McCarthy. Kevin O'Connell saying this, saying he's still a guy that's only played 10 games. He's shown improvement off of last year. Even in this training camp with the work he's put in and his comfort level just growing a little bit day in and day out. Very excited to continue to get to work with him every single day and to coach him. As he knows, he's holding the pen on his story. And we're going to support him and try to help him continue to improve at the most difficult position in sports. He's got to also understand this isn't just a long-term mindset, which we want to have always for a player of this caliber and a young player like him, but it could be an immediate response needed. JJ's the kind of guy that'll be ready to rock and roll. I know that. And then also KOC did mention that he thought J.J. McCarthy showed a bunch of growth so far in training camp. And I'm sure KOC did see some growth from J.J. McCarthy, as he should. Like, J.J. McCarthy's a 23-year-old kid, full offseason, being healthy. He should have gotten a lot better. He just wasn't consistent enough. He still had those flashy throws, those big-time throws, which we even saw last year. It was just the consistency with McCarthy that I think was the biggest reason why Kyler Murray was, according to Kevin O'Connell, has shown enough. Now, I think this is an interesting way to put it. He has shown enough. Like, has he shown enough to beat out McCarthy, or has he shown enough where Kevin O'Connell is for sure feeling good about him being the starting quarterback? I think it's more that he's shown enough to be better than McCarthy and that he is their best option. I don't really necessarily think it's anything that Kyler Murray has done specifically to take the job. I think it was more of McCarthy losing the job than Kyler Murray winning it. But also Matthew Collier tweeting this out, saying KOC on why they went with Kyler. There's comfort from Kyler in this game, and he was playing with great timing and rhythm. What jumped out is what could be. That's the last part. I'm sure Kevin O'Connell wants to fully implement his Kyler Murray offense, where there's going to be more QB runs, more read options, more utilizing the quarterback's mobility within the scheme. And I think that quote of jumped out of what could be, I'm sure KOC couldn't find that rhythm. He couldn't find that chemistry with interchanging the quarterbacks in and out, in and out, in and out, because the offense he would run with J.J. McCarthy is for sure different than the offense he would run with Kyler Murray. At least I hope so. I mean, Kyler might as well lean into his strengths, lean in that mobility, and I think that could be the difference maker. But I do like that KOC seems ready to go. Seems he's feeling good about Kyler Murray, and it's a good spot that where the Vikings are in right now. But about J.J. McCarthy, what say you? Is J.J. McCarthy done in Minnesota? Is this the nail in the coffin, or do you still think something's there? Give me Y for yes or no for no. Chime in the comments section. Now, I do want to give a massive shout out to our good old friends over at Prize Picks. If you guys plug in the promo code HMA, We'll hook you guys up with $150 in bonus lineups after you win your first $5 lineup. That's all you got to do. Play a $5 lineup, win it, and we'll hook you guys up with $150 in bonus lineups. Now, PrizePicks is the best place to win cash while watching sports. The app is incredibly easy to use. All you got to do is pick more or less on a few player stats and lock in your lineup. And PrizePicks is available in most states, including Texas, California, New York, and Minnesota. And in the W, and also baseball tonight. Here's the lineup we're rolling with. $5 wins you $17.5. But Paul Skeens going to take the more on his 4.5Ks. Also got a Taco Tuesday in there for Kelsey Mitchell, and then also Aaliyah Boston in that lineup as well. So fade those picks or ride with those picks. Just do so over at PrizePicks. Now, you guys can also follow me on the app. The handle is at Pat Sieps to see all my lineups over there. PATSIEPS. But sign up for PrizePicks with promo code HMA. Get hooked up with $150 in lineups instantly after you win your first $5 lineup. Now, one thing I do want to touch on here is just the starting quarterbacks for the Minnesota Vikings over the last 4 seasons. I bet you if you had to put in, the database where it's like highest winning percentage over the last 4 seasons and compare that to the teams who have had the most interchanging as QB1 for week 1 each season, I bet you the Vikings are at the top of that list. 2023, you go 7-10 with Kirk Cousins, Nick Mullins, Jaron Hall, Josh Dobbs. 2024 with Darnold, great season, 14-3. Then 2025, it was J.J. McCarthy. And one quick take here. I think the worst take out there across Vikings Twitter, and possibly Twitter as a whole, is that the Vikings never gave J.J. McCarthy a fair chance. Are we serious? I grow up a little bit. He was given the keys to the franchise last year, and he almost drove that car into the side of a house. He was given chances. He just didn't perform. And then there's no shame in losing the quarterback battle this season to a guy who was a number 1 overall pick, Heisman Trophy. We know how accomplished Kyler Murray is. Like, this to say that the Vikings gave up and they quit on J.J. McCarthy, and then the best response would be like, oh, he only played 10 games. That's the problem, is that he only played 10 games, and he can't stay healthy and hasn't shown enough improvement. So just want to get that out there. But KOC also on J.J. McCarthy. As he knows, he's holding the pen on his story, and we're going to continue to support him and try to help him continue to improve as a young player in the most difficult position in sports. I like that. I like that mindset. Like, hey, this is not over for J.J. McCarthy. He'll be the quarterback too. I do like that KOC has already came out and said McCarthy's QB2. So even if they had a playoff game tomorrow, I was saying originally that it's probably Carson Wentz that would start that game. I guess I was wrong. I think KOC would lean JJ there. Now, also Benjamin Solak tweeting this out of ESPN saying, you're a team with an aging starter at quarterback, Steelers, Rams, and Jets. How much would you offer in a trade right now for J.J. McCarthy? This allowed the Twitter trolls to say I would give up a bag of chips for J.J. McCarthy. But listen, I don't know if J.J. McCarthy's got got any trade value right now. Probably would guess like a 4th or 5th round pick. But hey, if you are one of these teams, like taking a flyer on a kid who's shown some flashes is not the worst idea in the world. And also, during the preseason, I fully expect the Vikings to try and prop up McCarthy stock this preseason. Like, I fully expect JJ to be playing 50% of snaps. At least he should be. Prop up that value that either does one or two things. One, gives JJ confidence when he does have to step in the start, or it does up his trade value there. Now, in terms of the Vikings playing guys in the preseason, he said each player has a different plan for how much they will play on Saturday, but he expects to see everyone on the field. We're going to play our guys. So I'm reading that as if you're Justin Jefferson, if you're Christian Darrisaw, Brian O'Neill, Byron Murphy, Van Ginkel, you're probably not seeing too much action during the preseason, if any at all. But this also tells me, like, Jordan Addison, Juwan Jennings, the first-team offense besides Darrisaw and Jefferson should all be out there. Now, in terms of the preseason plan at quarterback, this is what I would do, and this is what I anticipate to happen. I think Kyler Murray should and will get the entire first quarter on Saturday versus the Giants. There's no excuse not to. I don't care about the injury concern. I don't care about the injury risk. You got to get him the reps. Preseason's a great way to do so. Then the second and third quarter, ride out with J.J. McCarthy. Give him these snaps. Why the hell not? What's the point of playing Wentz or Brosmer over J.J. McCarthy at all during the preseason? So you give him 2 quarters, and fourth quarter, okay, give Wentz a drive, give Brosmer a drive, but maybe for like the second or third preseason game, I could see the third preseason game, the Vikings giving McCarthy the entire thing, or at least maybe giving McCarthy the first 3 quarters, and Brosmer gets the fourth quarter. But I should be seeing J.J. McCarthy out there as a quarterback for at least 50% of the snaps during the preseason. You talk about a guy that needs development. you talk about a guy that just needs to continue to grow. Like preseason's a great way to do so, and I fully expect McCarthy to be out there a whole bunch. Now, one concern here, and starting to feel a little Randy Mossy in Minnesota. Justin Jefferson's QB history. Kirk Cousins, Sean Mannion, who is currently the offensive coordinator for the Eagles. Nick Mullins, Josh Dobbs, Jaron Hall, Sam Darnold, McCarthy, Wentz, Brosmer, and now Kyler Murray. This guy deserves better. They got to find that franchise quarterback. Is it Kyler Murray? Probably not. Is it J.J. McCarthy? Probably not. Maybe it's Baker Mayfield. Maybe it's a guy in the draft next season. But at least for this year, you got Kyler Murray. Kyler had a great connection with DeAndre Hopkins, and hopefully he can have that same connection with Justin Jefferson. Now, if you guys want to check out our content on other platforms, we're on Facebook at Chat Sports Vikings. Hit us up over there. We're on Instagram, Vikings Now IG, and then also I am on Twitter at Pat Seeps. Here are the handles for all three. Give us a follow over there. I'll catch you guys next time. As always, Skol Vikes.